You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Margaritaville.
This is going to be a bad episode. I'm so sorry.
All right, yeah. We fucked off the pints and bought on the
Margaritas. We've got bare feet. We've got margaritas.
I don't have bare feet. I'm just wearing thongs, all right? It's the middle of summer. I can wear thongs.
It's 21 outside.
I don't care. If you think that thongs 3 days before Christmas is perfectly acceptable when doing a podcast about a free-to-play video game, give us a like, thumbs up, and subscribe.
And comment if you don't,
Anyway,
just so I know.
Hi, I'm Davey.
And I'm Mitch.
And we are... the
Bargain Bin
Gamers.
Gamers.
Let's do it again.
Yeah,
All
okay.
All right, let's do it again.
Hi, I'm Davey.
You sure are, and I'm Mitch.
And we are
The Bargain Bin Gamers.
Oh, look, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I mean, I've seen you about 50 fucking times.
Holy shit, we are booked up this whole weekend.
We
every
are
day.
really we're spending a lot of time with each other. And I, for one, am okay with it.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent.
It's great. But welcome back to the podcast, to our first kind of official episode in quite some time. Because, you know, it's summer.
Yep.
We've been having fun. Although we've done stuff.
We have done lots of stuff off camera.
Yeah, exactly. But
That
we've done
sounded
stuff on
kinda
camera. We've done stuff on camera too.
We have. We just haven't been doing podcasts. We've been doing a lot of lives, doing a lot of, current affairs. Yes.
Our live stream of It Takes Two was a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
And very popular. So check that out. And if you like it and you want us to do more, please let us know.
Yes, we'll be
'cause
back.
We'll just do it whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And it's just an excuse for us to drink more margaritas.
Technical issues aside, our live stream of our Switch 2 reactions was also a lot of fun.
It was.
We had a
I
good
was a
time.
little bit whelmed by the Switch 2, so hopefully it really wows me.
Yeah.
Spoiler for that video, by the way.
Yeah. And have you been playing any games in recent times?
Honestly, I've actually been having a little bit of a break. Other than Marvel Rivals, I have not. There's a game on here that I am really, really planning. Sorry, spoiler alert, but there's a game that we're going to talk about today that I'm really itching to play. So I'm going to add that to my wish list. And when I get paid next week, I will be buying it.
Wish listing.
I'm going to wish list it and wish list it to myself to buy. Not on Steam or anything.
When you wish upon yourself.
Correct. I don't know what that's from. But I've just been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals with yourself and our darling friend of the pod, Stuart. What about you, Davey?
Yeah, look, I've actually played a few games. I've done a few shorts on YouTube for the channel and on TikTok, which I found to be vile and won't be doing much more of. So, yeah, like a couple of bargain reviews. I've been playing a little game called Tori 3D, which is this like $1.50 retro platformer, harkens back to sort of PlayStation 1 graphics.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Super cute.
So I've been enjoying that. I've been playing through your favorite or one of your most iconic games, Remember Me.
Are you still enjoying it?
I am actually.
I mostly, like I
yeah.
said, I mostly enjoyed it for like the art direction. It was very like, it's got like good, like cool, like looks and stuff. But I'd be interested to know like how you find the story and stuff.
We'll do a full thing on that once we're done.
Watch out for that.
And I've also played a little bit of Batman Arkham Origins because it went on sale for like $6 at Christmas time.
Yeah. So Origins is all right. I wouldn't say it's like as good as the other ones, but it's definitely like a contender up there.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So that's been me. It's been good times. But we're here today to jump on a bandwagon about 2 months
not
after
us.
the rest of the gaming community.
No, not
What
us.
are we talking about today?
We're talking about the 2024 Game Awards.
The Game Awards. Is it Game Awards or Gaming Awards?
The Game Awards 2024 is the official name of it.
Oh, okay. Yes, it is the Game Awards. I do have the website open right here.
Which is such an inventive name, by the way.
It is. These have been around for quite some time in some form or another. And
They're always a bit of a little feather in the cap of the gaming year.
yeah, like I'm looking at the website here and I feel like it's very much trying to take itself a little bit more seriously as an industry awards.
Yes. I saw like the art for it as well. It was very Oscars reminiscent.
Yeah. But do yourself a favor and just go and look at some of like the historic clips from the Gaming Awards. Atrocious.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, yeah. It's been a steaming pile of garbage, the broadcast over the years. But
Yeah.
I feel like they've tried to lift it up a little bit. But we're not really I don't really want to dive too much into the world of the actual broadcast itself, or how the awards are handed out. I had a little look on this quiz on the website. It was interesting to see that there is a jury. There is 100 global media and influencer outlets.
God, that word is so stinky.
Every
time I hear that word, it's like, ugh.
So they help provide. So each voting outlet completes a confidential unranked ballot based on the collective and diverse opinion of its entire editorial staff. Which would be one person, I guess, in the case of an influencer. Listing.
I have TikTok fans.
Oh yeah, except for the influencer and the boyfriend that gets dragged along to film all of their shit.
Yes.
Anyway, ballots are tabulated and they give awards. I don't know how they come up with the categories.
Interesting choices for categories.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And I think do you reckon we should just dive straight into it?
Yeah,
and just
go on.
Start going through these categories and just give our thoughts. We're just going to give thoughts.
Yeah.
We're going to ruminate. There will be some rumination.
Yeah.
What's a word that you want to choose for what we're going to do?
Well, I actually have a funny story about what is the word again?
Ruminating.
Is that the same thing as remuneration? They're different words, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I used to say that word as like, what's that thing that a cow does?
Masticates.
No.
Chews on cud.
They also have a ruminate word too. And I used to get it wrong and I used to interview people for a job. And
You got a big word wrong.
Oh, that's not me.
I know. I'm waiting for us to have enough content for me to make a little TikTok out of that.
Oh my God, we should try and pick one every episode. But the other thing that I would like to also be doing, not only will we be ruminating, oh my God, we will also
lamenting.
We'll also be discussing maybe like some controversies around those things as well. Just like some general gamer chatter, which tends to be really vile. But we'll also have a look at that. And maybe I also wouldn't mind. I have the list here of all of the trailers that were released. Wouldn't mind going through maybe just seeing like who might be our favorites.
All right, let's do it. Let's dive into it with the first category. All right, so let's just start from the bottom of the barrel, which is the first lot of awards. So I don't really care for these, right? Okay, so it's about esports.
Yeah, don't give a fuck, no offense.
Well, no, and I think, esports is a big thing, but I've just never found it really engaging because
I'm not really a sport person.
Well, I mean, I kind of am. I go to the football.
Oh, yeah, you do. As roped by the ball and chain.
The tennis.
Ah, yes.
When other people are paying.
When I am paid to attend.
Exactly. Yes. However, but I think I just don't quite get the games that they play, right? Yeah. So best esports team, all of them play League of Legends.
It was all League of Legends.
Which has been around for decades, allegedly. But anyway, T1. Good work. I'm sure you're very good at what you do.
I'm sure.
There was also the best esports athlete, individual by the name of Faker.
Yeah, Lee Sung-hyuk.
Korean, 28 years old.
You're going to say twink.
A Korean twink. Korean twink.
He might be, I don't know.
Won the best esports athlete. Serious looking fella.
Oh, really?
I'll have to throw it. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, there's a smirk there.
Yeah.
He's going to have he's going to age really good because he does not emote.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beautiful skin. Best esports game was, funnily enough, League of Legends.
There was, has that won a few times? I feel like that's had to have a bit of a...
Anytime I've ever walked past anything that is esports, it's always League of Legends.
This is my little gripe with esports. Not that I totally power to you, but I feel like esports takes the fun of failure out of games because you can't fail while playing esports. You have to be like precise and perfect. It's like people.
Oh, there's prize money on the line.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like you've got like people. My only real knowledge of it is kind of Smash and Pokemon. Stuart, if you want,
which were not in the list,
unfortunately. But people that play Smash Bros, they have like specific pixel cells that they can access, so they like track it by that, and it's just so technical. And I'm like, not really having fun, are we?
No,
crunch it to a science. So I don't know what League is like. I've never had enough money to play League. So-
I know, neither do I, because I've just realised I'm filming a podcast for YouTube with no shoes on.
Are the dogs out? Can the people see? Is this freak foot content? David! Oh my
I'll
God.
just drop you a link to where you can pay for that.
Me and Davey both have really big feet, so if you guys want,
Yeah. I'm just so sorry. I'll have to do something about that.
just put a GIF over the
Anyway,
whole episode.
let's continue.
Uh-huh.
The next one is content creator.
Yeah,
of the
which
year.
is Queso.
Queso. I looked up Queso's YouTube, and I'm not going to say anything too much because Queso has 7 million followers.
Wow, fuck us. He's great. We love him.
That's yeah, and all 7 million of his followers.
What type of...
I don't care how loud you are in
Every
some of your
single
videos.
with that, what kind of games does he usually play? Is he like a Minecrafter? Like,
So I saw the trailer on his YouTube page, and he was playing Minecraft in that.
Minecraft is really taken back off again.
Yeah.
I've even started watching some Minecraft content.
It looks like he's playing a lot of videos where he says he's finally escaped from his parents' house.
Incredible.
But yeah,
It looks fun.
Just loud, just loud.
He looks like someone I'd meet at the lair.
I mean, I'm actually jealous.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Kudos to you, by the way.
I've tried to put a bit of effort into getting a bit of traction on streaming, and I just generally get scam bots trying to sell me their graphic art designs.
And then me trying to sell you mine.
I know, if only I would just stop paying each and every single one that comes
It's too
up.
easy to get.
I know.
But like, kudos to him, like having 7,000 followers. Like, that's going to be so much work and like so much hassle. I don't think we're physically prepared for it.
Yeah, but would I watch Queso? I don't know.
Yeah, I might check him out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a fan of queer streamers anyway. I'm not. I do not know enough about Queso to know whether they are or are not queer. What little I saw didn't get the old gaydar buzzing, so we'll stop right there. But love your work, Queso. Keep it up. I love all your fans. Please don't hurt us for even talking about him.
The other bottom one, not to rag on this or anything, but was the Game Changer Award. Did you have that one ranked below?
A game changer? I didn't even see that.
Oh, well, there was a Game Changer Award, which I believe was for people like changing the way that games are played. And it was a gentleman called Amir Satvat. Yes, congratulations.
Well done.
On your win, by the way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not do enough research into him, so
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about
I'm sure you're very good.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is the one. Now, we were talking about this just before we started. Most anticipated game.
Which is, can you please describe how you described it to me?
It's like winning an award for having a thought.
Which is exactly
Or an
what it
idea.
was.
I mean, I had an idea this morning to do a poo. And
You won. Congratulations.
And I won the award because I did the poo, and it was the best poo of the day.
I was very proud of you.
Yeah. But, so let's look at the nominees. Death Stranding 2, didn't play the first one.
Nah.
Ghost of Yotai, don't know what that
Didn't
is.
play that one.
Grand Theft Auto 6, which was the winner.
Yep.
Metroid
Okay.
Prime 4 Beyond.
I'm excited for that, actually.
I'm into it.
I like Metroid games.
Monster Hunter. I've dabbled in the Monster Hunters before.
Monster Hunter, to me, is like a natural progression from Pokemon because I've been playing a bit of Monster Hunter. Actually really keen for the game.
Yeah. Look, I think we can all just agree that Grand Theft Auto 6 will probably be
It's going to be the game of the year.
good.
It's coming out this year, isn't it?
Fuck knows.
It's always been coming out. It's been coming out for the last decade.
Yeah. Oh, look, you know what? I have a complicated history with the Grand Theft Auto franchise. It was always like, so back with an ex, right? So who I was with for a very, very long time, didn't play a lot of games, always played the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah,
they were his games, right?
Was it straight?
No. And the only one I really got into was 5.
Yeah.
Because it was great.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really good. And they've supported that game very well. So, yeah.
I have an interesting past with Grand Theft Auto as well. Shout out to my stepdad, Rob. I hope you're rotting in hell. But he used to work in a tattoo parlor, and I used to have to go with him, and I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City when I was far too young to cut heads off strippers. But I always played Grand Theft Auto from then. It was sort of quite fun. So I just never got into 5 because I moved to the city and had a job. So
There you go.
I couldn't play and I was too busy. So, but I really like Grand Theft Auto. I'm really excited for the new one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited
I'm
to have a female main character as well.
Yeah.
Watch out.
There we go. Is there a female main character? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
one of the 3. I think they have like 3 characters like they did in 5. One of them's a girl. Can't wait.
There you go.
Mhm.
Next category,
Mhm.
best adaptation. Now, I guess this means like TV or film
It was
adaptation.
TV and film.
Yeah. So we have Arcane, Arcane, I don't know. Fallout, loved. It was the winner. So, and
I haven't seen it, but you've been raving about it.
I really enjoyed it so much so that I went and got the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 4 and wound up sinking about 80 hours into it after playing.
Enjoy the money, Bethesda.
Yeah. You are
Welcome.
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 Welcome. Well, I didn't quite know where we were going.
We haven't had a drink.
I know. We're not even drinking because I need to go to the gym after this. And we drank a lot last night.
We drank a lot
and we're
last
going to be drinking a lot tomorrow too.
Oh, God, we are.
And I'm going to drink a lot tonight at your workplace.
Oh, my God, yeah. Shout out to the Osborne, by the way.
Yeah, hello. There was Knuckles. I watched Knuckles on Paramount+.
I've been told these films are very good, by the way, these Sonic films.
They are. They're good fun.
Yeah.
They're actually good fun. Yeah.
Which is what Sonic is.
Yeah. And the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus was 6, like, sort of 30-minute episodes. Very high quality. Very funny.
Yeah.
And
Jim Carrey's in them. Love.
Hmm?
Jim Carrey.
Yes, he's not in the show, Knuckles.
Oh, he's not in the show.
Yeah, so there's been the 3 movies, and Knuckles was a streaming show on Paramount Plus.
Silly me, I'm so old.
Mountain of Entertainment, not a sponsor.
Plus. Lol.
Paramount Plus.
Hell. Anyway.
Like a Dragon Yakuza. Didn't see that. And was there a Tomb Raider adaptation this year?
It was an anime. It was an anime adaptation. Well, it wasn't an anime adaptation. I don't think it was made in Japan, but it was like a cartoon version. I didn't hear really anything about that, so I don't know if it was really good. I think it might have just been slim pickings this year, because I've had a lot of contention around that this year was a boring year for gaming, which I have thoughts about. But in terms of adaptions, I think there wasn't really too much option other than Fallout and probably Knuckles, really. I don't think there was another option.
And Fallout was great.
Fallout was fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm like so annoyed that it's going to take like 2 years for the next season to come out.
I'm so over these TV shows taking 2 years. Start burning your actors and writers to the bone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck their rights. I want my content.
Actually, no, we do 100% support the SAG-AFTRA reunion.
Just in case.
Yeah. We hope you got everything you wanted. And no, they do. They absolutely like, because fucking the shit that they were protesting against. Well worth it.
I'm not sure if you have this one on your list, but this one's kind of near and dear to my heart. This is the innovation in accessibility category.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a big fan of accessibility.
That didn't come up on my list. Yeah, well, I just copied this off IGN.
I did some more research. So innovation in accessibility. So that's like making games more accessible to people experiencing disabilities. Big passion of mine. The number one winner was Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Know nothing about it. I was kind of hoping that the Zelda game was going to win, the new Zelda game, because that had some really good accessibility features. But congratulations to all of our people experiencing disability gamers out there. Big year for you. I find that gaming is becoming more and more accessible to people who have visual and auditory ailments. One of my favorite streamers that I watch, other than Davey, of course, is Andrew JRT. He plays like Overwatch and Marvel. And he has like a visual impairment. And he's like really big on that. So massive fan of that. Congratulations.
What did they do in this Prince of Persia game?
I have no idea. I didn't research it. I'm so sorry.
Fuck me. What kind of serious fucking media outlet is this? I mean,
I don't know.
We're literally, I
do have a
marketing gamers, but here we are hobbled in my spare bedroom with my recently folded laundry piled up behind me.
Here we go. Innovation accessibility. It's an action platformer reimagining the Prince of Persia series.
I know what it is, but what was the accessibility feature?
To help them with motion sensing.
Motion sensing.
Congratulations.
Okay. Good.
Which makes sense because Prince of Persia is basically Assassin's Creed.
Yes. So. I have also seen other games now with features that you can turn on where it'll read out what's happening on the menu and all that kind of stuff and make it far more, more an experience that different people can enjoy, right? Because just because you may have a weakness in one particular sense doesn't mean you can't game as long as it is compensated for.
Exactly. And the one that I was bringing up about Andrew JRT, he's colorblind. So the usual colors that you'd have for enemies like red and blue, he has to have it tweaked. So a lot of these games like Marvel and Overwatch, they allow you to tweak the color band. So for people who are color blind. So, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Best multiplayer game. So
never played this game, by the way.
The nominees are Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'll come to the winner last one. Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Woo!
Big favourite of
Big
ours.
favourite of it.
We love a bit of Mario Party.
Who doesn't? Honestly,
Exactly.
right?
And I really enjoyed Jamboree.
Yeah, Jamboree's fun.
Yeah. We did a whole video on it. Link in
the description.
the description. If I remember. Tekken 8, never played it. Warhammer 40k, I have. I bought that game. I enjoyed it. I didn't get too much into the multiplayer, although apparently it's very, very good. But it's very similar. In fact, maybe this is why I didn't win. I found you didn't really unlock operations, or which is the multiplayer component of Warhammer, until you finish the campaign.
Oh, that's... I always hate that about games. Sometimes when they lock like a service that is inbuilt into the game behind like a certain time sink. Not the biggest fan of that.
No, but the winner was Helldivers 2. Did you play Helldivers 2?
Today was the first day I've ever heard about Helldivers. I've literally never heard about it.
We had friends who raved on about it.
Clearly I was listening.
Yeah, okay.
So, but it looked cool. I watched a lot of trailers about it.
I've got it. It is 100% pure multiplayer in this big kind of MMO universe, very inspired by Starship Troopers. It is, it's very easy to get addicted to, much like we've been addicted to Marvel Rivals, because you can just boot it up, jump into a party straight away, and have a good time blasting your way through hordes and hordes of bug-like aliens. And there's a dynamic, sort of persistent online world happening where the aliens take over different planets and different star systems, and the community has to push back and fight back. Much better played with people you actually know. That's been the big thing for me since we started playing Marvel Rivals. Yeah. These games are better when you are playing with friends.
Yeah, and that's one of the best parts about these multiplayer games, which is why they obviously have been thriving for so long, because they let you connect with friends no matter where they are. That's the best part about multiplayer gaming. So, but Helldivers sounds like it would have been a fucking hoot. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, it is worth a go. It is worth a go. Best sports racing game, not even going to give it any time.
I was really funny when I was watching the video. I don't know the guy's name. Whoever you were, the guy presenting, you were really funny, by the way. He was joking about all the 2025, 2024 in all the names for all of these.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, and this one's 2024. Wow, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
2025, I was like, oh my God.
F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, winner, NBA 2K25.
I had a giggle.
WWE 2K24. Fuck me. All right. Best sim or strategy game. Frostpunk 2 was the winner. So I played Frostpunk. Frostpunk. Ever heard of Frostpunk?
Nope.
Great.
Fake gamer.
No,
some of these were all new IPs to me, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really know the other ones. I've heard of Manor Lords. I heard that was quite popular.
Oh, yeah. I heard that one too.
Age of Mythology, I heard of that.
I had friends play that in high school.
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, no idea. Unicorn Overlord. Sounds more like a fucking acid trip game.
Sounds like something from 2012.
Exactly. However, I remember playing the original Frostpunk. I was drawn to it because it's a strategy game which is set in a very stylized steampunk meets dystopian post-apocalyptic future where you've got like a settlement there's like an ice age, and you need to try and grow the settlement and form alliances with other settlements, and it's tough. Because,
is it like a click game though? Like is it?
Yeah. Like old school, like Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, all that kind of stuff. Really, really cool though. And tough though, because it really makes you feel like, well, if you were living in a post-apocalyptic ice age, you know what? It would be fucking hard.
It would be.
And you have to make decisions which will mean that, I'm probably going to lose some of my people to get this particular resource. You kind of have to. You have no choice, right? It's sort of like the good of the many kind of thing.
Okay, that does sound kind of fun. I've never been like a massive simulation / strategy
dark, by the way. Killing the innocent. That sounds like fun.
It's the needs of the many. Yeah. You heard it here first, by the way.
Spock quote for anyone. My Star Trek friend.
Do love Spock.
Sorry, go on.
I just said I do love Spock.
Oh, okay, good.
Big fan.
I don't know where that noise came from.
Next category, if you got best family game.
I do, and I want to know, when we say family game,
what does that mean?
What does that mean? Does that just mean a game that kids can play?
I think it's a game geared towards children based on all of the nominees.
Right.
Like, I think it's like because obviously you make games, some games are for teenagers, some games are for like adults. I think these games are all geared for children. Which
I guess no surprise that 3 out of the 5 nominees there are Nintendo.
Woo!
Yeah, Princess Peach Showtime, haven't played.
That one got quite a bit of a hoot and holler when I was watching the awards, by the way, which power to her.
Yeah, Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Woo!
Love.
Should have won.
The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which I have not played. I found it interesting that it was listed as a family game. I guess it has a very kiddie
it's got that chibi aesthetic. It's kind of a difficult game from what I know, though. I haven't really played it too much, but it's kind of complex.
I've been concerned about the fact that they've mentioned that there's frame rate issues and all that kind of stuff, which is just happening too much with modern Switch games. Switch 2, please fix it.
Yeah, also not your Switch sidebar, your Switch popping its back off now that the Switch 2's been released.
Yeah, we were at the Melbourne Gamers yesterday out in a park and we were going to play Mario Party on our little rug and the little stand went... I was like, oops, Switch 2's been announced.
Very suspicious.
It's going to start falling apart. One of the nominees on here, I played this game start to finish, The Plucky Squire.
I heard really good things about it. Haven't played it myself.
Yeah. We've actually got some video footage of myself playing it up on Twitch and on YouTube. It was super cute. It is 100% geared towards kids. It is not overly challenging, but gorgeous. Have you seen it's the game where you're a storybook character, but you get pushed out of the book?
I saw the trailer.
There's 3D, 2D kind of stuff.
It seems very, very like well art designed though as well. I was like,
it's pretty. That was I downloaded it because I'm like, this just looks pretty.
Yeah, it's very like it was giving inventive. It was giving like what I think Paper Mario should be doing.
Yeah,
it's like coming from like the book to like 3D. I was like, oh, this is quite cute.
You're going to hold that forward about this is what Paper Mario should be doing. So the winner of Best Family Game was Astrobot. And
we are going to be mentioning them a lot.
Yeah, and you know these awards are about a month or two old now, right? Yeah. So you probably know the deal here. But recently, the former head of Nintendo of America, who used to be quite a personality in the industry, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Oh my God, I love Reggie. My body's ready.
Reggie said Astrobot beat Nintendo at its own game.
Wow. I've actually heard that sentiment before.
I'm going to get it. I've got $100 left on a gift card. I'm heading down to Big W.
And they're going to be raking it in after this fucking Game Awards.
So look, it's surprised a lot of people how often this game has been spoken about throughout the Game Awards. So we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Best fighting game?
Tekken 8.
Tekken 8. Good for it.
Good for it. I was going to say there's been a lot of discourse around the Tekken community, which I have heard babbles of. Tekken 8's apparently a return to form. So congratulations.
Good for it. Yeah. Best RPG. Now, there was some controversy here, wasn't there?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, so the winner was Metaphor ReFantazio, which I believe comes from some of the creatives behind the Persona series.
Yeah, it's a JRPG from the people who made Persona.
Which I've never played, but I understand is very, very popular.
Persona is very good. I've played a couple of the Persona games. You really have to sink a lot of time into them. Not sure if this game is kind of like that as well. It seems a bit more like action combat oriented.
Okay.
But it seemed, it was kind of in the name on everyone's lips at this game event. Everyone seemed to be referencing it a lot.
Yeah. Some of the other games on here, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's a pile of shame at the moment. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. It's a big ass game, but I played the first Final Fantasy VII Remake during lockdown, having been a fan of the original from PS1 days.
Yeah.
I love what they've done with it. It's super fun to play, and I should finish it.
Yes.
I should. But I run to shiny new things very quickly.
Oh, look at Penny.
The Elden Ring one.
Yes.
That's a DLC, right?
Controversial.
Yeah.
Yes, which I did note down. So there was a lot of buzz about the fact that DLC was included because it technically wasn't a new game. Now, discourse around what a new game is, I personally think that Shadow of the Erdtree was basically a brand new game. It really did have the content.
Is it actually called Shadow of the Erdtree?
ERD.
Okay, cool. Because I just thought I'd copied and pasted it wrong, and that's why I've got the squiggly lines.
No. So it's called Shadow of the Erdtree. The Erdtree is like a big religious tree symbol in the game. But to be fair, FromSoft has pumped so much time and money and creativity into it. The Shadow of the Erdtree, the DLC, is basically a new game. So I'm honestly I'm on the fence. I do understand like why is it nominated. There was probably a bunch of other games that could have been nominated, but it's basically an entire game added on to an already fantastic game that won a bunch of awards. So it's kind of standing on its own merit, but a few people were a bit not happy about that.
Interesting.
Like I said, I see an argument for both sides. I don't know about you, but
look, I've never played Elden Ring, so I will reserve comment for today. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, I've been seeing that around a lot.
Yeah.
I was glad it got mentioned. It wasn't going to win, but
I'm good on it. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. No idea.
no idea. Sorry to those developers who are listening.
What do we got next? Best action adventure game?
Yep. Say it with me now. 1, 2, 3.
Astrobot.
Congratulations.
Winner!
Winner, yeah.
Some other good games on here as well, though. Prince of Persia is allegedly quite good. I played the original Silent Hill 2.
Yes.
I've heard the remake is quite the experience.
I'm really excited to play it because I love Silent Hill 2. It's my favorite one, so I really want to play it.
Yep. Star Wars Outlaws. So we've done 2 whole videos on that. And I'll reiterate what I said during our first review, and that is, it's fine.
Perfectly serviceable.
Yeah. And Echoes of Wisdom is on here. God, we've got to play that.
Yeah, we really do. I really do want to.
Yeah.
I'm just not, controversial opinion, not a massive fan of chibi style games. I kind of can't really vibe with this. That's kind of why I didn't like Pokemon.
See, because you came into Zelda in the modern era.
I came into Zelda playing Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
the edgiest one.
God, I reckon we need to do a stream where we get you to play the SNES era.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down. I really want to play Wind Waker. That's the one I really want to play. It looks so charming.
Waker is the best.
Yeah, it looks super charming. I really want to play it. So, is there a Switch release?
I have it on
Switch.
I have a backup of my own owned ROM sitting there on my laptop.
What a treasure trove our new studio is.
I know, right? So, yeah. No, Wind Waker is... that game, it was, with the exception of the modern Zelda games, was probably the one that has captured my imagination the most. When I first played it, when it first came out, I was obsessed.
I can tell, I can imagine why. I've only ever heard super good things about it. The art direction looks really fantastic. It's that middle ground between where it's not too chibi and smooth, kind of like the new Zelda game, but it's still cartoony. It's almost like a little anime or something. It's very cute. So would love to play. I will be playing. Okay. Watchers, keep me accountable.
We got to get him onto some old school Zelda.
Yes, please.
All right. So the next category, read it out for me, would you?
Is that best action game?
It is. Whereas the category before it was best action/adventure game.
Yeah. I don't know what the difference between an action and an action-adventure game is, because most of the time when you're doing action, you're also adventuring. And I would argue severely that this game that won is also an action-adventure game because you adventure through the world.
And the winner was?
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong. Monkey Magic, the game.
A game that is number 1 on my list to play this year. I have to play it.
It looks stunning, but apparently it's very hard.
Well, that's why I want to play it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's kind of like a Soulsborne-esque game. I'm sure people keep making those comparisons and it's probably a bit trite. But the game itself is so gorgeous. And it's from a brand new studio as well, I'm pretty sure. This is their first game that they put out. And they obviously put a lot of time and effort into it. The hype around it coming out was really, really good. It's from a Chinese myth called Journey to the West.
Which has been done a million
times. If anyone's fan of Dragon Ball, you know it. So I think it's really good. I hope they make more Black Myth, mythology games. I'm a massive mythology person. I'm gay. So gays love mythology.
What does that mean?
Gays love mythology. Gays.
You ever see that on the gay agenda? It's bottomless brunches, going to dark rooms, and ancient Chinese mythology.
No, but gays, for some reason, my generation of gays, not to pull you down or anything, they were all obsessed with Greek mythology. I played a lot of God of War, so I think that really helped.
All right, sound off in the comments, please. His generation of gays, your favorite Greek myth. Greek myth.
Are you a fan of mythology? Yes or no? That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I'm kind of glad they won. There was a bit of controversy around this game, which we'll talk about a little later. But yes, who else was nominated?
Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but who cares? Helldivers 2, that's nice. A Stellar Blade, never heard of it.
Oh, that actually looks really good, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. I was watching the trailer for it. Another really gorgeous, beautiful game that is produced by a fantastic Asian game developer. Clearly put a lot of time and effort into it.
That's nice.
Kudos to you.
And Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 again.
40,000. Is that actually the name of it?
Yeah, Warhammer 40, because I think it's set in the year 40,000.
Okay, I thought they made that me. That's so funny. Okay, Black Myth Wukong. Woo! Congratulations.
Next up, I mean, I have no interest in any of these games because I do not own a virtual reality headset, but the best virtual reality game was Batman Arkham Shadow.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, I've seen people streaming it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, looks fine.
Is it in like the Arkham series? Like,
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is it a similar graphic?
Yes,
that's nice.
but like first-person VR, you are Batman.
Oh God, I'm gonna have motion sickness and puke.
Yeah,
because he flips around in those games.
Yeah, he does, but it looks like fun.
Yeah,
looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't own a VR headset, and I don't really intend to, so I don't really.
Remember when they were apparently going to be the next big thing?
Well, they're still around. They're still getting big releases. Next, we've got Best Mobile Game.
Yeah, and a game that I've never heard of, by the way.
Balatro?
Balatro.
What is this?
From what I could see from the trailer, it looked like kind of like a mini game, like gambling kind of game, but it wasn't gambling. It looked like a card.
Oh, it's a card game, yeah.
Okay. So it looked very cute. They had cute graphics in there as well. Like the cards were all animated. It was kind of another one of those names it was in kind of like a bunch of different sections. Like people they were like nominated for a bunch of different ones. So clearly they're doing something right.
Okay.
But I've never heard of the game, never heard of the people who made it, but apparently people really love it. So
good times.
Were there any other mobile games on there that you liked or knew of?
Well, I mean,
I'm not a mobile gamer, so.
There's a Pokemon game on here.
The TCG one.
I'm assuming you know of that.
I'm not a TCG girly, but the people love opening Pokemon cards. So Pokemon made it an online app where you can play and you can open Pokemon cards. So people do that now.
Okay, so I'm just going to call out. So the next two categories, Balatro.
They won both.
Won both.
Which is best debut indie game and best indie game.
You mean best independent game, which is an indie game.
Yeah.
It was good to see the Plucky Squire was on there as the debut.
I saw that on there, yeah.
Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, Animal Well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, congratulations, Balatro.
Yeah, I'd have a look at the independent games because, I usually like to support those.
Mm-hmm.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Sounds like fun.
Lorelei.
Never. UFO 50 and Animal Well. Okay.
We'll have a look.
Best community support. So I'm guessing this is the actual games that the community gets the most behind.
Yeah, it's like ongoing support.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 15, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky, which is apparently like
Still going.
Amazing. And people love it now. Yeah. I hated it when it came out.
There was a fantastic YouTube video about the the fall and rise of that, by the way.
Yeah.
I highly recommend because they have put a lot of passion into this game after it flopped. So
there you go. Baldur's Gate 3 was the winner. Again, this is one of those things where I wish I was on this bandwagon.
Me too.
I wish, because I think when we had Warren from Melbourne Gamers in, he was talking about Baldur's Gate and he was making all these references and we like nodded and smiled because we were trying to impress him.
Some of us more than others.
And no idea what he was talking about, but
it's basically D&D, but you can play it online.
I think this falls into the category where, people like us with busy full-time jobs and partners and all that kind of stuff.
They're saying that Warren isn't busy with full-time jobs and partners.
Love you, Warren.
You are. But I get what you're saying. Yes, continue.
Yeah, but it's like if that's what you're playing, that's all you're playing.
Yeah. There's no other real games like on the side. Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong. It's not out on PlayStation 5, is it? It's only out on PC and Xbox, which is why I haven't played it. Because I'm itching to play it because I want to get into like a D&D space. And obviously playing it as a video game is a little bit more accessible because I can just kind of pick it up and play it whenever I want.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, it's not on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, so
I know it's apparently releasing.
No, it is.
It is?
I'm on their website. It says PS5 Pro.
Is it only on Pro? I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt it. Steam, GOG, PS5. It says it's PS5 Pro Enhanced, so you can get an enhanced version of Xbox Series X.
Well, if it is on PS5, that's my runner-up number 2 game that I need to play this year. Black Myth Wukong and Baldur's Gate 3. Because
there we go.
Play it.
The next one I think is a bit of an extension. It is the best ongoing game.
Yeah, I don't know what they used to differentiate.
So it's pretty much all the same games. Destiny 2, I'm interested to see that that's still got legs. I remember playing the first one and loving it.
I remember playing the second one and loving it, and that was a bit.
Yeah. But Helldivers 2 was the winner there. So we're starting to get a bit of repetition here.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit more of that coming.
What is Games for Impact?
That's a really good question. Let me have a quick look and see if they specified in my little notes here. Games of Impact. So
Games for Impact.
Yeah, I don't know what Impact is. And maybe it's like based on my little notes that I have here that IGN gave me. It's games that made a big impact on gamers. It's the face of like what that type of game could be.
Well, I guess that would probably ring true for at least two of these. So Life is Strange, Double Exposure has a big impact in terms of its narrative.
Don't nod, by the way.
Exactly. And they Don't Nod have done a lot of these games where they've got a lot of queer and trans characters. I was recently playing one of these that was on the Xbox Game Pass, and I can't remember what it's called, but the main character is a trans man. And I was like, this is so good to see like transgender people as the main characters. And like, yeah, anyway.
Actually being represented. That's nice.
Sensuous Saga Hellblade 2. So I've played Hellblade 1 and it is just an experience of a game.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, and it dives deep into like what like psychosis must actually be like.
You're talking about Senua's, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought Hellblade was a completely different thing. I've also played Senua's Saga Hellblade, the first one.
Yeah.
She's a woman with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Incredible. Love the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Combat was cool. Has awesome bosses. And it also makes you feel like, wow, this must be really hard to suffer a mental illness. Yeah. And I'm glad that they had a second one.
Exactly. Should give it a go. Don't know any of the other ones on the list. Okay. Innovation in accessibility. You had that lower down the list, but you've already covered that off.
Yes. Did we end up talking about who won the last category? Neva?
Oh, Neva. No.
Never?
No, we didn't. Never.
Don't know if we're pronouncing it right.
What is this?
I hear it's very cute. It's a side-scrolling game, and it's focused around the themes of love, loss, and environmental protection. So no wonder it won for Impact of Game. I can only imagine the environment is pretty impactful at the moment. It's all hand-drawn as well.
Yeah, it looks very pretty. There's a girl and a wolf that has two trees antlers.
Apparently, it leaves gamers reflecting on poignant themes.
Oh, there we go.
Thanks for specifying, by the way.
Do you know what? I just love reflecting on a poignant theme.
Who doesn't? A theme?
A theme, not a theme, not a thema, but a theme.
A theme.
Yeah. All right. I'll get on that. I love anything that's poignant. We've done innovation on accessibility. Best performance. So this sounds like the best actor.
I was so glad for this, by the way.
Yeah,
because I'm a fan of this voice actor. So.
Melina Jurgens from Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is the winner.
Well, like I said, I've only played the first one, but she was so fantastic in that. Like, you could feel like every emotion she was saying. It was sorrow, it was confusion, it was despair. Like, it was so good. So I can only imagine the newest game is even better.
And I'm glad to see this is recognized as a category because there are so many games now, like especially since like The Last of Us and all that, where the performances get from real life people behind the characters, both vocally and the actual mocap and all that kind of stuff.
The mocap is becoming so good at the moment as well. And like, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with Senua's Saga back when the first one came out, and they mocap her so much on her face. It's literally her face in the game moving. Like they don't even really need to animate it because it's just her. So I'm so glad that she got like the award for this because, like I said, I haven't played the second one, but I can imagine she's only turned that performance up. So,
and well done to the other nominees: Hannah Tell from Life is Strange, Double Exposure; Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That's what's her name? The girl that gets stabbed. Spoiler for a 20-year-old game. She plays that character.
Oh, yes. Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws and Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2. Well done to all of you. Best audio design is Senua's Saga again. Again, I haven't played Hellblade 2. However, if the first one's anything to go by, then it doesn't surprise me.
Game, yeah.
Other nominees were Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Silent Hill 2. Just a note on Call of Duty, right? It's obviously, to its target audience, it's obviously very good.
Yeah, it's literally honed to a specific point just for them, which is why we are not a fan.
And I used to love Call of Duty.
Yeah, me too when I was growing up.
Exactly. Back in the day, like I'm talking like 2006, when I first got an Xbox 360, I remember getting Call of Duty 2, and it was one of the first games I played online and having so much fun. And even up into like the Modern Warfare days, but then when it became toxic, it became really toxic. And the whole like 3 different studios or 2 different studios working on alternate releases each year. Yeah. And how the parent company screwed over the creatives on it at one point. It just became as toxic as its fan base. But I'm glad that it's still doing well. Best score and music goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That's some pretty iconic songs. Did they change them up?
Look, it's very much built on the chip tunes from the original, but it's gorgeous to look at. It's gorgeous to listen to.
Yeah.
And look, I'm sure Astrobot is amazing too. 'Cause it's in there.
We're really going to play it.
Yeah, we really do. Best art direction is Metaphor Fantasio.
Now, as I said before, had a look at the game. Fucking gorgeous. Totally understand why they won that.
Yeah, I watched a bit of a video. It looked a lot like any other JRPG that is out at the moment. But
in the same vein.
Yeah.
Vaguely running on the same
Engine.
art direction as well. Yeah. But it looked gorgeous. So
Astrobot's in there, Black Myth is in there, Elden Ring, Shadows of the Tree is in there.
I'm kind of sad Black Myth didn't win that one as well, because I do think that game is really gorgeous, but it's basing things off myth, so it's probably less creative than this Metaphor Fantasio, which is original.
Next one I find interesting, best narrative went to Metaphor Fantasio. Just because it's in there with some other big narrative heavy games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, don't know it. But Senua's Saga and Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, they have some, like we're saying, we haven't played Senua's 2, but the original one, some seriously heavy storytelling and narrative, like, meat to chew on. And Silent Hill 2, oh my God, that's a fucking deep as hell game.
Yes.
Like,
especially if you get the special ending where it turns out it was the dog.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen that? It's just like one of those little Shibu Inus. Like,
that is so funny, by the way. I hope they have that in the new one. But that game's all about like psychosexual overcoming like death and fighting your demons and like they're physically manifesting. So fucking Metaphor Fantasio better have some serious legs.
Yeah. Now, look, let's just dive into the last two, and then we can talk about some of the other stuff from the Game Awards. So, best game direction. So, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, Metaphor, with Astrobot being the winner.
Yeah. So, all the names that we've already heard. So, yeah.
And Game of the Year. Yeah. All right. So, Game of the Year, we have Metaphor, Final Fantasy VII, Elden Ring, Black Myth, Balatro, pretty much all the same games.
Yeah, literally.
And the winner is...
Astrobot.
Oh, were we supposed to say that together?
I was hoping you would.
Do it again.
Okay, ready? Astrobot. Woo! Congratulations to... I don't have the names of the people. Sorry. Congratulations, though.
So... It's hard to comment on it as people who have not played it. And I feel like I should because it's obviously very good.
Obviously, it's got a big fan base.
I just think there's been a lot of the commentary I've heard, though, is like, yeah, it's a great, fun platforming game. But was it Game of the Year compared to some of the other stuff it was up against?
That's what I heard. So there are some thoughts about that as well. I haven't played Black Myth Wukong, but there was a little controversy around that because the game was, I guess, like so developed and it was worked on for so long. The actual man, the director of the game, I don't know his name off the dime, I'm really sorry. He had written a full acceptance speech. He was fully prepared to win it and he was a little bit let down that he didn't. And I have heard people say that this was kind of a boring year for gaming, but some games like Black Myth Wukong that have really pushed the limit of what like a game can look like. Yeah. I think that that's kind of bogus. Just because games didn't blow up as much doesn't mean that they weren't good. But I have heard that it was quite a contentious pick, but it sounds like it was a really good game, so you can't really deny it a win.
Could it be the accessibility factor, right?
Yeah.
So Black Myth Wukong is a particular experience for a particular type of gamer, right? Not everyone will be able to get behind it. I mean, not do I think everyone can necessarily get behind Astrobot, but I think Astrobot, and this is what Phil Zimei was talking about, or my interpretation of it, is that, Nintendo platformers, the Marios and all that kind of stuff are on the surface aimed at children, but loved by everyone. Loved by everyone. And they are a challenge, for everyone from the youngest of kids to the oldest of adults. And it's that universal appeal. Yeah.
Whereas
that's where I think Astrobot has.
Yeah, I think that's where they pull ahead.
And I don't think PlayStation's had a lot of games, like platforming games and franchise games in its history. I think this is the first time where they've actually managed to get behind maybe what could be a new mascot. Yeah, right.
Very true.
A new Mario for PlayStation. They kind of had Crash Bandicoot, but he went cross-platform. Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. They've been sort of...
They've also kind of had their time in the sun, though.
Yeah, they have. But again, I don't know if they've had that universal appeal. So, again, not having played it, let's be perfectly clear. I think we definitely need to at least give it a go and come back and give our thoughts on how we feel about it being Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, there's something there. And it seems like Sony is on to a bit of gold.
Yeah.
A bit of gold. She's got serious then, didn't I? Ding, 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 ding.
Start mining.
Yeah. Anyway.
That was so bad.
So the other big thing with the Game Awards, it's like the Super Bowl, right? You don't watch the Super Bowl for the football.
No.
You watch it for the Beyonce halftime show and the new movie trailers.
I also sometimes watch it for the hot players, but the new movie trailers are what you come to see, really.
Yeah. And so with the Game Awards, we get big video game announcements.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the announcements this year that we can get excited about or not excited?
Well, there was quite a few. So these are going to go in a biased order. I'm just going to handpick a couple. So if you want to have a bit of a look as well, you can. But my number one pick, let's cut the bullshit, right?
Let's do it.
The biggest game announced was The Witcher 4.
Yes.
So The Witcher 4 was officially given a proper trailer and everything like that. It's obviously been in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
The trailer was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a cinematic. It wasn't gameplay or anything like that. But it's got Senna.
Yep.
That's her name, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love her, by the way. Big fan of Senna. Didn't know your name. But the trailer was really, really good. It's obviously going to be a technical marvel because it's coming off the shoulder of Witcher 3, which was...
And CD Projekt Red, yeah.
Well, CD Projekt Red did have a stumble with Cyberpunk, but they've since remedied it. So hopefully they take their time and actually release it when they need to. The other thing that I was a big fan of, and this is because I'm an Elden Ring fan, is Elden Ring Night Reign, which is basically an online MMO version of Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to see it. They showed off a lot of really cool costumes, a lot of new fighting styles. Very excited for that. And then the other one that I was really looking forward to is Okami 2. Do you remember playing Okami?
I have never finished Okami, but I
love that game.
What did you have the new Naughty Dog game in there?
Which one's that one?
Oh, I can't remember what it's actually called.
Well, why don't you go through my list that I have curated?
Oh, dear.
Thanks to a certain app that we don't want to use very often, but we will.
That's right. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So let's talk about this one because this one had controversy from the anti-woke crowd.
Oh, here we go.
Because the main character was a woman with a shaved head.
Oh, my God. Burn her.
I know. What a bunch of leftist wokey fucking bullshit that is,
Can
right?
I say, this is something that happened with Aloy from, oh my God, Horizon Zero Dawn. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Can they just make simpler names for games, by the way? There's so many ellipses and everything. But there were gamers that were freaking out because Aloy had slight facial hair, like peach fuzz. And a similar thing is going on with this, where it's like a woman with short hair. And they're like, why does she look like that? She looks like a lesbian. This is not what women look like. And I'm like, first of all, obviously gamers have no idea what a girl looks like because they don't know what they look like. And it's because we play video games where women hypersexualize. They're completely bald from the eyebrows down. And you know what? That's totally fine. Sexualized characters, who cares? But people come in all different shapes and sizes. They have different hairstyles. They have different skin colors.
No, they don't. They're only white and Christian. That's all they are.
Well, apparently this one's bald and a heretic. But it's just such a gamer thing. And you know what? Our fans are gamers, and you guys aren't like this. But there's that specific type of gamer where they have a specific opinion about what a woman should look like. And
it was the same problem
that are voicing it.
Yeah, it was the same problem with the main character in Star Wars Outlaws. They were just like, oh, she's too mannish and the tits weren't big enough, apparently. But it blows my mind, right? Naughty Dog have just released nothing but hits for decades.
They are hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, exactly right. And they showed a very short, pre-rendered cinematic trailer with some in-engine footage, which included a female lead with a shaved head, right? And you've just all decided that it's awful and that it's a failure and that it's a swing and a miss, because they're daring a new franchise. And just what is it? Why is it woke? Why is it woke? Because it's a female lead that has a shaved head means gay to you, does it? Right? Is that instantly what it means?
It's also the other issue, and I mentioned it just then, which is, well, they're not attractive, because I've seen the argument, well, who's this for? Oh, I'm sorry. Is only hot women allowed to be in your game?
What the fuck are billions of people on this planet who aren't you, right?
Yes. It's such an interesting concept. But anyway, we could harp on about that all day.
We could, but I think given the tone of our channel, right?
Yeah.
Like it just needs to be called out.
Yeah.
Just
fucking let people enjoy shit. Leave it alone.
Exactly, right?
If you have nothing nice to say, as my mother once said, say it behind their back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to segue into this, right? Because I kind of have to, right? Today, we are filming this on January 26th, which is Australia Day or Invasion Day, depending on how you want to look at it, right? There's a bit of a sentiment now around the place that it's a little bit more of like, actually stop trying to rile each other up about it and just let people do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Right? Yep. Like I have certain feelings towards it.
So do I.
I am not a celebrator of the day.
Yeah. I have too many Indigenous people that I care about to celebrate the day.
However, as long as no one is being hurt, I'm also not running in and pissing on anyone's barbecue, right? And calling them racist and genocidal maniacs. Like you're going to have to do what you want to do, right? And I think that's just our ability to respectfully disagree with each other has just really been tarnished.
And that's the thing. There's things that you can and can't respectfully disagree on, like how some people should exist and have rights.
Or certain salutes that some people do at the end of a rally.
He's autistic. What's it called? But yeah, there's certain things like this where obviously it's a hot button topic. It's just a topic, really. Obviously, things are being celebrated that they shouldn't, but just let people do things if that's what they want to do. Just don't piss on them and don't be a terrible racist.
Indeed.
And that's from us, by the way. Now,
and that's how Davey and Mitch see it.
Now, just before we finish up, there's one that I haven't got written down because it technically didn't have a name. I don't know if you saw it, but it's called Untitled Project. And not to segue from a serious racial discussion to another fucking video game, but it's called Untitled Project and it's by the people that made Shadow of the Colossus. Did you ever play that game?
I did, actually. Yeah,
so they're making a new game and it's a very, very short trailer and it got me very hyped. That's all I have to say about it. I'm really looking forward to more of their games. So.
Excellent. There you go. Any other highlights, lowlights? What are we looking forward to this year?
What am I looking forward to this year? Pokemon Legends ZA. Very excited. What else am I looking forward to this year? I'm sure there's more. Yeah?
Just the Switch 2.
Oh, yeah, the Switch 2.
Just the Switch 2. Just the Switch 2 and some new Mario Kart. That'll be fun.
That would be fun. Maybe they'll do a new Smash Bros. No, they probably wouldn't.
We'll see. Well, anyway, that was it. That was the 2024 Game Awards covered about 2 or 3 months after they actually happened.
And briskly.
We are just on all the hot topics.
Finger on the pulse, that's us.
Yeah. But we are back for 2025, so stick around for more live streams, more content, so more core podcast episodes like this. But jump on the YouTube. We're doing lots of fun things over there in between.
Jump in the chat.
Jump in the chat.
We're usually not good at reading and also playing the game, so if we pause to sip a margarita, just feel listened to.
That's when we'll get you. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, please, if you are watching the YouTube version, leave us a comment. We do love to have a respectful discussion on the topics of the episode.
Yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, let us know who you think should have won some of these categories, because I know they were quite contentious.
Have you played Astrobot and do you think it's worth it?
Please tell us.
Please, we need to know.
We're just going to play it. We have to.
Well, anyway, it's been fun. Hasn't it been fun here in our new studio?
Beautiful, sweltering studio.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Well, until next time.
I've been Mitch.
And I've been Davey.
And we are
the Bargain Bin Gamers. La 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 la.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up on YouTube or follow the podcast wherever you get your podcast from and leave us a 5-star review. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky and follow along on our live Twitch streams. You can also continue the conversation in our BQN podcast Discord by clicking the link in the episode description. Don't forget that the Bargain Bin Gamer is part of a larger network of podcasts called the BQN. You can support this and other BQN programs by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/BQN. We'd love to hear your feedback on the episode. Leave us a comment on YouTube or send us an email to bargainbingamer, GAYMER, @gmail.com. Until next time, au revoir.
Double T Media.
What shows are on BQN, you ask? Well, here's a rundown of some podcasts you might be interested in. All Good Things, a Star Trek Universe podcast covering all of Trek, hosted by Amy, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristen. Whether you've got Xbox or Nintendo, check out Bargain Bin Gamer, a YouTube show hosted by Davey and Mitch, self-proclaimed gamers who specializes in reviewing and showcasing affordable video games. Grab your popcorn as you listen to Cinema Z, a film discussion and review podcast showcasing films you probably missed but should definitely check out. Hosted by Mark and Matt. Don your apron for The Food Replicator, where Matthew eats and drinks his way through Star Trek Cocktail and 3 cookbooks. Beam Aboard Galaxy Class, a Star Trek Next Generation podcast covering all of TNG, hosted by Steven. In order to not repeat it, listen to History with the Zalagis, a snippet of historical events from around the world, hosted by Chrissy and Jason. For the newest Trek coverage, check out Infinite Diversity, hosted by Chrissy and Thad. Curl up with a good book and delve into Beta Canon with Peter, host of the Trek Book Club on Twitter and Blue Sky, and his companion Trek Book Club podcast. Test your Trek knowledge with Treksperts Quiz, a Star Trek quiz show hosted and written by Davey and MC. If you're a member of Starfleet Federation or Planetary Union, go check out Union Federation, covering current Star Trek and the Orville, which we all know is really a Trek show, hosted by Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley. Head over to YouTube and watch The View Screen live on Sundays, your Trek-inspired talk show hosted by Calvin and Amy, with new 8-week seasons in the spring and fall. Spill the tea with Christos while he discusses current Trek news and events and explores the world of fandom via guest interviews, all with an LGBTQIA+ perspective on What's the Tea, Bev? And for our patron members, we have the Hive Mind with script readings and roundtable discussion. It's Green, a cornucopia of topics, then Amy's Math Moments, a quick look at math moments in Star Trek. You can keep up with all of these shows by following the network at BQN Podcasts on Instagram and Blue Sky. We know you have a choice of podcasts to choose from, and we thank you for listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.